Alright guys, you already know the drill. Before we get into the video, I need for you to go into the description below and click on the link to watchdogs.ubisoft.com in order to get the patch notes information for yourself, as this is the information that I'm using for this video for today. But other than that, my name is BuzzBrock30, and for today's video we're going to go over title update 1.13 with the patch notes information as well as the gameplay I managed to collect the day before, No Compromise DLC came out, which is today mostly, and all the other good stuff. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So as of right now, you should be seeing a couple of screenshots, 3 of them actually depicting the new screen that you should see when you log into the game. The second screen, which shows the DLC information going over guest mode, how you can invite other players, on your friends list to play with you if they do not have the DLC installed. And third, the new online leaderboard consisting of 5 game modes altogether, which is co-op, online hacking, bounty hunter, online racing, and showdown. To start off with, we're going to go over the multiplayer activities, and the first one is Showdown. Showdown consists of 3 different game modes, which is Steal the Hard Drive Disk, Doom Load, and Erase/Protect the Servers. Steal the Hard Drive Disk is basically simple. You and your teammate have to collect 3 hard drive disks in separate locations basically before your opponent gets to them. You can use anything you have, in your arsenal, from weapons to cars and all that good stuff. The only thing is though that you should be careful, as your opponents will do the same thing as well. And that's all there is to it on that one. The second one is Doom Load. Doom Load is basically a King of the Hill style game type, and we discussed this in the last video. Basically, you and your teammate have to control the point while your opponent's sitting outside twiddling their thumbs, but just know that they will come in as well, and if both of you guys are in there at the same time, it will be contested. Now if there's 2 of you and 1 of them, you'll still download. If there's 2 of them and 1 of you, vice versa, that sort of thing, the same thing will happen. Once the area is contested, either you leave the area or you kill off the opponent, or you die in order for the download process to happen once more. You got to be careful because your opponents are smart and they will set out traps for you. And the third and final one is Erase/Protect the Servers. There's 2 options here for you, and for the first part is the attacking team. All you have to do is attack the servers and download the information from them, which is simple at first, but then again you got to be really careful because your opponents will know which one is being downloaded, and once they see the gauge and know which area you're in, they'll come gunning for you right there. Now if you're protecting the servers, you have to figure out what you and your partner are going to do. Communication is actually key to this part, and you want to be able to set down traps so your opponent does not know what's going to happen. Now, in the midst of all this, here's one little funny thing I found out. You can't actually melee in this game mode. The only thing you can do is if you attempt to melee them, you can actually push them, which is actually pretty funny. And they discussed this in the live stream they had the other day about last week over the information of the DLC. It's quite funny because the melee takedowns do take a long time. While it is satisfying, it is a bit long to watch, so you guys might want to be careful on that part. The secondary part for the multiplayer activities is online racing. Finally, Jesus Christ. It reminds me of the good old days of the first Watch Dogs, how you would race in cars or motorcycles all around Chicago. In this case, you have 3 different options to choose from. You can either race from e-cars, bumper car style and all that good stuff. You can go ahead and go into the motocross arena and just ride against other people or your friends in different maps around San Francisco. And the third one would be going over the drone racing. Basically, you control your drones and you fly across San Francisco, in first person, third person view, and just try to get to all the checkpoints before your opponent does. It's quite fun and quite simple. It is hard to control at first, but if you played the drone races, the e-car races, and the motocross races in single player, then you should have all this down to a T. Just like that. Moving on to another activity that has been newly placed into the world of San Francisco of Watch Dogs 2 would be the loot truck event. Now this event basically starts out with you attacking a small red high-tech armored vehicle with 2 brutes inside, if I'm not mistaken. And the purpose of this is to take the cash and go. Just run after, get through breaching through the doors and downloading the process. While you're downloading, the police will be after you, and the exclamation marks at the bottom of the screen will rise up as long as you keep downloading. That is if you don't die in the process. After you get through with the event, it is hard, by the way, just so you know. You will be rewarded with a lot of money. I'm talking a lot of cash, $250,000 if you happen to complete the event, along with 100,000 followers. Not only is that a lot of followers, but that is also a lot of money for those who want to, grab as much pennies as they can and just, blow it all over the world, buying weapons and all the good stuff. YOLO. Next up would be the different clothing items that you can buy or acquire from the different clothing stores throughout the game. This does not include the new DedSec outfits, which is the police outfit, the firefighter outfit, and the paramedic outfit, as I do not have access to that as of yet. Probably until, once this video is uploaded, then I'll go ahead and see what's up with these outfits and how they work out. Along with that, you should realize that some of these outfits are pretty bitchin'. You guys are going to end up loving it. But I'm going to go ahead and shut up so you guys can go ahead and watch. For the weapons, the only weapon I was able to acquire would be the one that was included in the free update, which is the paintball assault rifle. Seeing that it is a non-lethal assault rifle, weapon, it does not actually kill people, but instead stuns them as well as enemies as well. And the thing with the paintball rifle is that you can spray around with it. Once you start shooting it, you'll see colors come out of it, obviously, of course. And when you shoot people, they get stuck with different paintball colors to them, whether it be green, blue, yellow, red. It's actually pretty funny. And here's one thing that I found quite interesting about it. The ammo actually recharges over time when you get around to 30 shots left. That's actually pretty nice. Now, when it goes against players, it actually blocks your screen. And if you saw the DLC live stream that Ubisoft did not too long ago, you'll see that it actually, you won't be able to see a lot of things when you get hit with it. Whether or not it can actually stun or, take down a player is beyond me, and I'm pretty sure it can, but I have to get the necessary information for it. For the other weapons, which is the air shotgun and the taser sniper rifle, unfortunately I do not have them as of yet, and will hope to get them and go ahead and test them out probably in the new game modes. So hope you guys enjoyed that part. And for the last part of the patch notes would be the improvements, the bugs, the PC fixes, etc, etc, etc. For the improvements, the only thing that I saw of interest would be the explosive damage. Now this comes to play when you're using your stun devices or explosive devices. Basically, it depends on the proximity. Now, if you're standing over the IED or stun device, then you're dead when it's set off. But this plays by proximity. So if you happen to touch it barely, you'll still get damage, but you won't necessarily die. That is if there's a ton more over there with it, so you got to be very careful about that. Along with the bugs, they're actually fixing over a couple of things that would have to do with, you know, minor things. One of them being a mission that doesn't play out perfectly, I believe, and the other one is duplicate operations on the DeadSec app. Along with the PC fixes, one of them that, you know, one of the parts that interested me was how most players would not be able to launch it off of Steam when the option is available, and a couple other PC fixes that I'm looking over and don't necessarily understand, but trying to get a good feel of it. For those of you who do play on a PC, I think you might want to click on the link in the description to go to the Patch Notes website and see what you can find for yourselves and see what it does or how it helps you in more ways than one. I wish I was tech savvy like that, but fortunately I'm not. But other than that, guys, that's basically it for the whole patch notes thing for 1.13, and I appreciate you guys sticking it out there for me. I also want to tell you guys thank you very much, as you guys were very receptive for the last patch notes video and the, you know, showcase of it. You guys were very receptive of it and had good feedback. You know, it was wonderful, and I thank you guys for that. It only makes me wish that I had done a patch notes for the T-Bone content, which I did not do, unfortunately, because there wasn't really a lot of content. You got his items, his clothes, and, you know, birth of that big giant truck, that school bus basically, and, you know, just harder difficulties of co-op missions. So there really wasn't a lot to go off there. Still, I probably should have done it, but, you know, that's basically all there is to it. Anyways, I hope to see you guys in there. Another Watch Dogs video will be up soon, hopefully by this Friday. But before that, I actually want to get a funny GTA video out. And who knows, maybe I'll be able to see you guys within the world of Watch Dogs. If you feel as though you want to play with me or anytime like that, you know, get in contact with me. Just hit up my PSN and we'll see where we go from there. But other than that, I love you guys. Hope you guys have a nice day. Enjoy the new DLC. Love you all, and peace.